Jeffro from Two Hacks Garage. Well, back at Jimmy's shop. You can hear Jimmy working in the background. Back on Project Jumping Jack Flash, our nostalgia front engine dragster. Last couple videos talked about building a pinion support, what I refer to as a nut saver, more or less a leg saver, just a safety vise that you need not only by rules, but it's also nice to have in place so you don't mess up your legs and maybe mess up your nuts. So like I said in the last video, while I was out working my normal job and Jimmy's working his normal job, I knew he was going to get a whole bunch of stuff done, and he did. So in this video, we're going to finish up the pinion support. He's already got most of it done. We're going to show you that here in a second. And he came up with a better idea on what I call the nut saver, and we'll show that to you too. We'll get that installed. So with that, guys, Jimmy's working. I'm rambling. Let me show you what we got going on here.
It's really simple. The best idea I have is cut his nuts off. You don't have to worry about saving
them. If I didn't have any nuts, I wouldn't have to worry about saving them. With that, guys, let me show you what we got going on here. All right, well, take a look at this. As you saw, the other tube we had for where the drive shaft tail, or the transmission tail shaft and the coupler is this new design that Jimmy came up with versus that other piece of pipe. As you can see here, the actual pinion support. Jimmy already got that machined out and done. He's verified that it fits. So yeah, that's what it's looking like. We're gonna get that final installation done. But if you look at that there, so what Jimmy did, he took this pipe and he cut it a certain way. We're going to explain that here in a little bit. But then he flanged the outside of it. So what's going to happen is these tabs here, they actually bolt onto the actual pinion support plate here. So kind of recap what that does is this thing here slides over here, goes on there, and if you look, it bolts onto a piece of steel that's welded to the chassis. Still got to actually do the final welding on it, just tacked into place. So that bolts into place like that, and it holds the pinion and everything support, like we call it a pinion support. And then the nut saver bolts onto that. Hang on. The nut saver bolts onto that and goes between that and the coupler and encases that. So you see Jimmy's working in the background. We're going to get this done and get it installed. See you in a few. All right, well, there is our pinion support and our shield. Pretty freaking solid. So the way you get the coupler in is you actually take this bolt off, you turn this, you spin it, and that coupler slides right in there. You got room, and then you get it worked out and get it adjusted. But as you can see, we still got to finish doing the final welding across the bottom of that. But yeah, as you can see, that is our actual pinion support there. I'm pretty happy about it. Turned out well. Nice and solid. So
ankles from getting beat on.
Yeah, it keeps my ankles from getting beat on. But the way it's designed, as you can see here, it goes against the actual pinion. It bolts to it. Jimmy welded this piece of flat stock in and bolts to it here. Obviously, this isn't the hardware we're going to use. This is just hold it in place. This is all get cleaned up and painted and all that. And then this bolts to it. And there you go, guys. There is our pinion support nut saver. With that,
barring the fact that a small block Chevy is not, even with a blower on nitro, is not going to break that coupler, because top fuel cars don't break couplers.
This is a Mark Williams piece designed for top fuel, so we're not really concerned about it, but safety rules dictate it, and so do my nuts. With that, Jimmy and I are going to work on some more chassis stuff. See you in a few. All right, so here's what we were just doing there. Like I said, the pinion support is done, but we're back on some of the little things. As you saw us before, we were making our gas pedal in one of the other videos. So what Jimmy was doing is I got up in there and we're measured out where we need to cut this. And then basically what he had was what he was measuring for. I don't know where it's at, but it's no biggie. But we're actually going to add a pedestal right here, and that's going to be for my heel. So when I'm in there and it's cut, I have somewhere to put my heel and go back and forth with the fuel pedal. Still a lot of fabrication with that, but we're getting there. Also, something really cool that Jimmy did is right here. So if you look here, Jimmy cut this chassis tubing and added those two there. Those are going to be used for Morse cables, like for the throttle and fuel shut off. And also when we get our fire suppression system in here, we're going to have to run a line through there. So that's kind of a cool trick of how to actually run the cables in different lines. So yeah, kind of digging it, like it, getting a whole lot of done. See you soon. All right, we're going to call that a wrap. Like I said in the previous video, I guaranteed when I got back here to start working on my dragster that Jimmy is already going to get a whole bunch of stuff done, and he did. So in this video, it's the end of making this pinion support. Yeah, we got to clean it up, paint it and all that. But as far as fabricating it and getting into place where we know we need it, that has been taken care of. Also, a little bonus footage of you of working on some fuel pedal stuff and how we're going to run cabling. Jimmy and I have a whole lot of brainstorming to do. So it is, the weekend, and it's actually still kind of early, but him and I need to sit down and talk of what we need to start doing next on this. We still have a whole lot of welding to do on the rest of the chassis. Some other items is we need to look into aluminum sheeting for the side panels and all that. Plus, we need to get some bars bent. Chassis tubing is going to go from here and over there for like stuff like steering and all that fun jazz. So we have a lot of brainstorming to do. Sure, it's going to be somewhat arguing, but at the same time, we got to get it done. So yeah, that's going to be this video. Next one is not really sure, probably more on the little things, but we are going to do a lot of brainstorming, what we need to do next, what we need to get, and moving forward on what we actually need to do. We're getting into a lot of the intricate stuff. It's really starting to look like a dragster again. We're even talking about engine build stuff now. It might not be 302 cubic inches. It might be just a little bit bigger, but not big block. So we still got to talk about all that. So what we're going to do, Jimmy and I are going to sit down. We're going to talk. We're going to figure out what we need to do and why. So with that, guys, stay tuned for the next episode of Jumping Jack Flash, soon to be the fast nostalgia front engine dragster. With that, guys, my nut saver's in place. I'm all good to go. See ya.